EA overrated, Sony outdated. Long have we waited. Microsoft. Oh, I messed it up.
Activated.
Debated.
Activated.
You were going on with some fire for a second there, huh?
No, I had the fire off mic when I channel my inner Gretzko. But now, uh, welcome, Insert Disc podcast after Sony. Hello, it's your host, Depression. How are you doing? With me is my co-host.
Sorrow. Otherwise known as Chris.
And with us we have...
Anxiety. I also go by Ronald.
Are you going to speak, fourth guy?
Hello, I'm crippling self-loathing. Took a while to get here, but I always show up.
He also goes by James.
So we just came from seeing the Sony E3 show, quotation marks.
If you want to call it a show.
Yeah.
Yes. Once again, I have conflicting opinions.
I'm pretty sure we all have conflicting opinions.
Yes, but I'm always wrong.
It feels like one of those episodes of Family Guy where they just set up the cutaways, and that's the only thing they're relying on.
There's nothing to rely on here. There's no hype. The dream is dead. God isn't real. Santa Claus isn't bringing you your presents.
Let's get right into it
But
as to why we
that's
feel
not
that
coming
way.
back.
So, the show started with the CEO in a church tent because they want to do something different. I think I'm not even sure. I actually get the feeling after the fact that the other studio hall wasn't set up properly, or they had some other show going on. They needed to get cleaned up, so they had their thing in this tent. Because it doesn't make any sense why you would intro the show in this tent and then have everyone get up and go to the other place.
Maybe it was just easier for what they were going for, because the music stuff needed the proper acoustics.
Oh yeah, I mean the tent did look like the first game.
That also helps too.
So
I can respect that they're trying to keep up with the aesthetic of the first game, or the first game shown. But man, it just seems like it was kind of a waste of time for that intermission.
let's not even get to that yet.
Okay, as the only person that actually enjoyed the show, I'll let everyone else go first, and I'll go last.
So the first thing that happened, they had the banjo
I
performance,
didn't.
which I didn't mind. Actually, it was a very touching song. I like listening to it. And then when he finished performing, they showed a new trailer for The Last of Us, starring Ellie this time.
I did really like that. And the opening was very nice touch. Just definitely got the eye attention. And then I saw the Last of Us trailer. It was one that I haven't shown yet, so it wasn't just another, oh, look, another Last of Us trailer.
But it was another Last of Us trailer.
It was. They showed something different, so he didn't immediately just shrug it off. At least he looked at it for a few seconds.
Oh,
Kind of like how it was with the Kingdom Hearts trailer shown.
Yes. What I thought was interesting, well, here's the things I've noted. So compared to the first one, you can go prone. That's interesting. You can now hide in grass when it's large enough. That's something that didn't happen in the first game. You can also hide.
Stealth.
Yeah, you can what?
Stealth. That was like stealth stuff.
Yeah.
That wasn't in the first one. That's really nice.
Well, there was stuff in the first game. It's just this is another thing they added.
It's updated stealth, basically.
Like there's a big segment in the first game where you have to play it stealth or you will die every time.
Was that the underground water one?
No, that was when you're playing as Ellie.
Oh, right. I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then you can also hide under cars because you can go prone, right? That's new. What I thought was the two things I thought were interesting, Ellie is being called Wolf. All the enemies were saying Wolf every time they saw her. So there must be something she's been doing or something related. And the other thing, when you get shot with an arrow, it stays lodged in your arm, and you slowly lose health over time. Those are the only things I've
I think that was like,
noticed.
you think that was like poison or something, or is this just like?
I think it's just a normal arrow.
I
That's
imagine
interesting,
it's
man.
bleeding damage.
Right. Although when you pull an
It's
arrow
nice
out of
to-
your arm, you're bleeding more.
I mean, yeah, but they gotta, they gotta break reality at some point.
Yeah. So what do you guys think of The Last of Us?
From what I've seen, it looks amazing. I mean, I played the first Last of Us and I loved it, and I'm probably gonna end up playing this one as well.
Not gonna lie, it's probably gonna end up in my trophy list.
Your trophy list?
Yep, just list of games that I've got plats for. That's most likely going to be one of the games I try to plat.
Ah, all right, okay.
He's
Probably.
a trophy hunter.
I probably won't buy it until it get discounted. Because I don't.
Is it because you're a homophobe?
Yes, definitely.
Shame on you.
No, it's because he
I
I
hates black
clapped
people.
when Ellie kissed that girl.
I was triggered. I was like, a woman in my game? What's this SJW bullshit? Yeah,
What's this hell been doing in my game?
but I just, the actual reason is I played the first one. I felt like that game should have been just finished right there. And they really haven't, even though I like The Last of Us, they really haven't given me a reason why I want to go back into the world. What about you, James?
I enjoyed it. I'd probably wait a while before I buy it though. Just because my issue with the first Last of Us is everyone really hyped it up for me, and it was hard for me to just like sit down and want to play it. So I'm gonna like wait for it to come out, let things settle down, avoid spoilers, and then give it a fair look.
But wouldn't be the same issue? Well, if it gets hyped up again, get all those awards, which it's
I
bound to
know
get.
this is gonna get hyped up again. I feel it, but I'm just gonna chill out. I'm just gonna wait a year to play it like I did last time.
You just finish. All right, you have it on click to talk.
No, I was just done.
Yeah, sorry, because it's I like, so never mind. That's something else. So then after that, they were like, all right, guys, it's time to move it to a different stadium. And the president,
I'll agree. That was really weird. That was a weird as hell transition.
yeah, and then went to this
Kind of
intermission.
a waste of time with the transition.
It was. I really
Like,
feel
it
like
was cool, but it kind of wasted time.
the only thing they mentioned, they talked a little bit about God of War, about adding a new game plus, and then they showed COD Black Ops 4, the DLC, which is going to include all the most popular multiplayer maps from Black Ops 1, which includes
So Nuketown.
Newtown.
No, they didn't show that. They show firing range, summit. That's the snow level. They show the
Okay.
But
favela.
you know
Nuketown's going to
it's
be.
gonna be Nuketown.
Nuketown is always going to be in it. Come on, guys, get serious here. Stop joking around.
All right, fine.
Also, in between the PC and PS4 show, I saw some news that they're adding 5, the zombie map from Black Ops 4, not Black Ops 4, Black Ops 1, into Black Ops 4 for certain editions. For certain editions of the game, like the collector's editions. You know what I mean. And so
Yeah.
that will round up to 4 zombie maps on release.
That's
Then,
not
That's not
terrible.
bad. Because usually it just starts with like 2 zombie maps on release.
yeah, with the exception of number 1 that had 3 zombie maps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they showed the release date for Destiny 2 Forsaken, which No one cared. And then
I really hope it's good for all the Destiny fans that still
I'm
love the game.
I'm hearing it's good, but it costs too much money to play it because you need to buy all the other DLC
Yeah,
in
you have to
that
buy
one in order to play it.
all.
Swing and a miss.
Yep.
Yeah, it could have been good, but then it's like, no, you have to get all the DLC in order to play it. That's not how most companies do their DLC.
If they did
do
a season
Should have
pass,
done
that'd be
like
a completely different story.
But yeah,
They
but
should
that
have
would
done
still
like a-
require you to buy the season pass. You
They should've
shouldn't
done
have
like
to
a
get
Tales
one
of
DLC
Vesperia.
to get to them. Sorry about that.
Wow.
they should have done it like Tales of Vesperia. Have a definitive edition with everything in there.
They are going to have
Agreed.
one. They did it They did with Destiny 1.
I feel
So
like you
what?
shouldn't have to download,
$100.
all the DLC in order to get access to another DLC.
I feel like I shouldn't have to download all the DLC to understand your game. Mercy 15.
All right, that sounded really
You wanna-
personal.
Yeah, tell us how you
did.
really feel.
That's for another time. Let's continue, shall we?
That sounded like you want to kill Japanese people.
I love
Hold on.
Japan.
I don't know, man.
Whoa.
Let me guess, you have Japanese friends?
Ohayou gozaimasu, Nihon-san. Let's get it.
Bless
Let's
you.
All right, so then they
Yes.
so
See, y'all don't even know. Maybe y'all are the ones that hate Japanese people.
No, I hate black
I
people.
mean, that's neither here nor there.
But it's
Any-
Hold on,
everywhere.
let's be recorded. I love the
anyway,
Japanese.
so when the intermission finally finished, they showed a Japanese guy, not Japanese guy, it was actually a white guy playing Iryu, ERHU, which
He
is
was killing it.
He was killing it.
he was. And then after, just like The Last of Us 2, when the performance ended, it showed the gameplay for Ghost of Tsushima. And I am really conflicted with that game. But I'll save that after you guys.
I was just mesmerized by how fucking beautiful it looked.
I like the colors.
Yeah.
I like the fighting style from what I've seen. It looks amazing, in my opinion.
I feel like it looks great. The combat's pretty good. It's not completely accurate to history, but no one's playing these games for history. But like, it just seems really solid all around, and I really hope to see like more of this in the future, up until like release time.
I thought, well, while obviously the game beautiful, that's easy to say. I'm not sure about the gameplay. It felt really stiff looking. How he moved in and out of combat, like he had a very like stiff stance. And I'm not really a fan of how the camera angle is, where it's kind of it's about
Just a bit over the shoulder.
It's like, yeah, it's very slightly over his shoulder, like at his neck, and it's
But-
more I wrote down perpendicular to where he's standing, so we have like a 2D image kind of, which seemed like it's going to
Well-
be an issue when you start adding more enemies and you need to know the depth of where they are to you.
Well, hold on. That's kind of how they did it in the old samurai movies. You know,
Well,
that's how they like framed everything.
No, yeah, I get that.
dynamically.
I understood that when I saw that, but I'm looking at it from like, okay, when I get my hands on it, I'm trying to put my head into the guy playing the game, and I'm going, I don't like how this feel. I'm not to a certain extent. It reminds me of older, and I wrote it down. It reminded me of older Onimusha games. So everything
Yeah.
prior to Dawn of Dreams, which is the one everyone hated, but I liked.
This is a bit of a reach saying this, but maybe they just have that choreographed for certain fights like that where it's a guaranteed scripted 1v1, and then the camera angle changes as more enemies would come in.
Well, yeah. Well, you can
That'd
see
be
that. You can see that kind of in the first fight compared to the Rose Petal fight. But
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I'll wait to see more. I also noticed it, like a lot of his movements reminded me of Cole in Infamous 1 in particular. How he
Now that you mentioned it,
I do see the similarities between those.
which makes sense. It's from Sucker Punch.
Yeah, it is Sucker Punch.
So that was just something I noticed. So I'll wait. I'll wait to see more. I'm not. I'm not sure yet. I need to get a demo or more of extended gameplay demo before I make my opinion on if I'll buy it or not. So then they transition. Also, what was up with those transitions? You know, from game to game.
It was supposed to be a little sneak peek of Dreams, I guess, because off to the side you can see Dreams logo.
Yeah, I noticed
So
that
I'm pretty
part.
sure it was just like they were utilizing Dreams as a way to also show what it's capable of, without just saying, "Oh, by the way, this is Dreams," which is a weird way to advertise your thing.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it works, it works. But it's still kind of weird.
Like they never outright advertised it.
Like they said it was Dreams on the left side, but it was like on the far left. Like you're not going to pay attention to that part.
Mhm.
You're going to pay attention to the main center.
They never outright just put it in your hand and saying, "Here, look at this." It was more of a, "Are you gonna catch it this time?" No, maybe you'll catch it when we bring it back again the second time.
Well, the issue with that is from not being in the audience, our ability to see that is dependent on the camera.
Exactly.
So the next game they showed was Control, which is when I saw that I thought this looked like a Quantum Break ripoff. Do you guys remember that game?
Was that the Xbox game that was also like a television series?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember it.
I don't remember that actually.
I know you
Same
can,
with
look up
James on that.
you can look up Ethos. Ethos did some videos on it. But it's that game was with the time traveling abilities. The guy had time travel, and then your choices, you would make choices, and then at the end of each chapter, they would have an episode related to it, and your actions determine what scenes you saw, and it's supposed to give more context to the game. It wasn't required, but it was there.
So it's in a sense it was a Telltale.
Except it
It
actually
was a
had
bit
gameplay.
more advanced Telltale, I guess.
It was
It's like
Telltale with
gameplay.
gameplay.
In fact, I'd call it a game to life, basically.
Oh, all right. I'm
You know how most games have like toys to life, like say Skylanders. It's like a game to life where you play the game, and there's a television series that you will watch that would have your actions reflected on that.
So
That's the way I can put it.
yeah. So I realized I was thinking of that. They said it was made by Remedy Studios. And so Remedy Studios are actually the people who made Quantum Break. Which I was surprised.
And that explains it.
I thought they were part of Microsoft. I didn't know they were a third party studio.
The more you know? Question mark.
See, here's the reason why. So Remedy made Alan Wake. Which was an Xbox exclusive. They made Quantum Break, which was also an Xbox. Oh, by the way, Remedy made Max Payne 1. The very first.
All right. I see them.
Yeah, so they're always focused on trying to find a different way to tell a story. Because for anyone who hasn't played Max Payne 1, in between gameplay, they told a story with comic books.
I always like that.
Yeah. So, I'm looking forward to this game. I'd like to see more of it too. Anyone else have anything else to say, or should we move on?
Nah, I just agree with what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't really say
Everything
much.
you said so far is pretty much what I'm thinking.
All right, so how do you feel about Resident Evil 2 remake?
I loved
I'm
the
hyped.
introduction. The entire time I'm wondering what game is this, and then you just hear the commotion. Then you figure out you're in the perspective of a rat, and then you just see the zombie taking a bite out of that cop. It was just, I liked it because it was different, you know. And then you find out it's Resident Evil, and I love me some Resident Evil. I'm gonna need to see some gameplay. But right now, I'm thinking it's probably going to be a purchase for me.
It's going to be Chris, you were there last week. It's RE4 based.
It's a purchase for me then.
You can actually see it during the trailer because
One and done.
when he's going through all the cars, it's over his shoulder.
Yeah, right. I actually forgot about that. Yeah, I'll have to purchase it.
What I thought, now that you brought that back up, the rap part, that's a nice homage to the first game. If you noticed that, like how the camera is on the back of the zombie, and then you see him start to pull the neck, bite into the neck, and then look towards the camera. It's like in Resident Evil 1 when you first met a zombie.
Yeah, that was actually
wink to the
a
camera.
really smart idea.
Yeah.
It's very nostalgic, and I like it.
I can't wait to see how they're going to design Leon's personality. I wonder if they're going to use the same voice actor from 2.
I hope.
Because Capcom is known to use different voice actors, even though they,
Frank West.
yeah, rest in peace, Chris, I think.
Yeah, Frank West had the best voice actor before they changed it.
Yeah, but they had to make him more manly, less of a
Yeah, but that just defeats the point. Not Resident Evil, sorry.
Dead Rising.
Dead Rising was just a silly game. It was meant to be silly. And they're just like, oh, let's just try to be serious. Ugh, it hurt me.
I blame Despacito.
Yeah, they should have had the second one come out quicker.
I hate both of these. Can we move on?
Then the next game, which
The name Despacito 2 Electric Boogaloo.
yep,
I hate all of you.
don't even look in my direction.
Okay, so the next game.
Next game, Trevor saves the universe. That was the Rick and Morty one.
Nope.
I'm not interested.
I was like, yeah,
Next game.
next game. That's exactly it. Let's move on. That's how I feel. Kingdom
You
Hearts
could
3.
only have enough Rick and Morty comedy.
But
And the point is this.
hey, look at me. I'm a commentator. I'm standing in front of the mic here doing my thing. I am the hottest shit out here, guys.
Improv can only send you so far, and that just his comedy dies so quickly because of that.
Yeah.
So do you mind if I start this next one?
Go ahead. That's what you're here for.
Oh, gee, thanks. I can just leave after that. So, apparently, from what I talked to my friends that were actually at the orchestra, the new stuff that we saw in like the Square trailer today, that's what they saw. Not the entire thing, just the new stuff. So for some reason they split them and showed it twice for Microsoft and Square, which was weird. But game's looking solid. I know a certain friend of ours isn't a fan of how much we're seeing, even though we're not seeing anything. But the game is looking mighty solid.
Yeah, I can say for once this trailer
Friend, what are you talking
actually,
about?
someone, me and him know.
Adam.
This, yo, what's that sound in the background?
Tile that requires a fight.
What's wrong with it?
On the topic of Kingdom Hearts, though, despite the fact that we've seen 3 trailers, I like it.
Yeah, I think this one was the best
It
one.
looks nice. Yeah, totally. Especially because they revealed the Pro bundle that I'm totally going to be buying.
And all in one package. So
It's great.
you
can
can
actually
finally
find
catch
out.
up.
Yeah, you can catch up and understand what you're playing / watching. So I think it's great, to be honest.
Good thing they released them all on PS4, you know?
Yeah, although
Yeah, true.
that's some
If
really
they
shady
didn't,
stuff they
that would have
did.
been awful.
Well, okay. The way from what I heard, the issue was it was on PS3, but there were a lot of issues, so they just made everything on PS4 and just combined both the bundles, which is a really good idea and really fair. So you only need a PS4 now to play everything. You know, a decade-long franchise, and now you just need one console and like 2 purchases to get everything you need for the third install for like the big third installment, quote unquote. I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah, you know what? You convinced me. Getting one, two, three, four, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4,
I think it's
5,
like 8
6,
games.
6, 7
So
games.
so the .5 bundle is 4 games, 2 movies, and the 2.8 is 1 game and 2 movies.
Hold on. So the 1.5 is 4 games.
Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, Rechain of Memories, 2 Final Mix, Birth by Sleep, 4 games. And then you
God, I
have
hated Chain of
Days
Memory.
and Recoded.
What about Dream
I'm
Drop
kind of
Distance?
bummed that. Oh, yeah, what about Dream Drop Distance?
That's on the 2.8. So, I'm my bad. 2.8 is 2 games and 1 movie.
Alright.
All right.
I'm kind of bummed that for games like Recoded, you can't play it, but it kind of makes sense since it was optimized for the DS.
Yeah,
So
and it
you're
takes
not
way
gonna play
too
it.
much to, like, reconfigure that for this. It takes a
Also-
lot of manpower.
It's my second least. It's my second least favorite one.
Just throwing it out there, Chain of Memories is my second favorite one, despite what everyone says.
I hate
Even though
Chain
a
of
lot of
Memories,
complaints are
man.
weird.
That's fine.
Okay,
The
we'll get
fighting
into that
style is
later.
just not that fun.
Can you
In
not
my
add,
opinion.
Chris? Can you
It's-
not add?
I'm sorry. No,
Hey,
I can't.
hey, listen.
Okay.
Hey, I don't
I
play
didn't go
Kingdom
to
Hearts
school.
to combine numbers. All right. I just want to hit the X button a bunch and
See,
do some
Phoenix
cool stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know people don't like to think anymore. They don't like to do quick math.
No, I played
9 plus 9
Pokemon
plus
Sun.
9.
When I play Kingdom
I don't
Hearts,
know.
I just want to
Two.
play Dynasty Warriors with Disney products.
This
Oh.
isn't Dynasty Warriors. This isn't Disney Warriors.
Hey, it can be if you tap attack fast enough.
I just wanna-
It's
Especially
only
if you
Disney
have
Warriors. It's only Disney Warriors during the Thousand Heartless battle.
Hey, shout out to the Kingdom Hearts 2. That's like the best scene in Kingdom Hearts.
Shout out to Kingdom Hearts 2 for being like the best combat of all Kingdom Hearts games.
Yeah, you've made sure to let me know about that.
I gotta spread the word.
All right, moving on. So, do anyone understand Death Stranding?
I wasn't even here for it, and I'm upset I'm not confused.
It actually gave more information than I was expecting.
Word?
Yeah. So they showed Chris. Did you see it?
Yes, I did see it.
All right. Can you take the floor for me instead?
Oh no, that's your can of worms, my friend. I can't explain it. I just know some. I don't know. Okay, I just know that I don't know.
All right.
Kojima. That's all I'll say.
So here's what I was able to glean. So they showed some actual in-world gameplay, which has him traveling with different things on his back. Like at one point he had like a dead body or something on him. And what we mostly understood from the game was all the cutscenes. So these creatures, they fast forward anything they touch. So when they step on something like a seed, you see it sprout up, turn into a plant, and then die because it's fast forwarding anything.
Oh.
Oh,
Creatures looked like they had umbilical cords connected to them.
Yeah, that was another thing that was weird. So eventually, he's in his warehouse. He's surrounded by them, and he goes, "I need to get out before they get here." And then whoever's he's talking to explains, "Yeah, if they touch you, you'll be fine. You'll just go back in time, but it will leave an everlasting crater in that warehouse you're in, despite the time travel." And so it seems to be like what they can do affects things across all timelines. So he activates the baby thing, and it activates a scanner that reveals all the monsters nearby. And so that's how you're able to see, it's like, they look like,
For now, could we call them shadow angels?
I was gonna say, yeah, they look like, I can't think of the game right now, but it's like they're like silhouetted human beings with umbilical cords.
Like Shadow of the Colossus.
Yes, I was going to say that.
I was just gonna call them shadow angels because they're shadows and their ability reminds me of the weeping angels.
I messed with it though. I like it.
Yeah. So you see him
I like that.
trying to escape, and then they grab him and they pull him under, and then the trailer ends. Oh yeah, there was this female character who he talks to, and there's this thing they mentioned called the extinction. Like they ask him, yeah, so what's your level right now? And then the main character goes, I'm at extinction level. I'm like, what does that mean?
What does that mean? That sounds so dope and scary.
And then she says, they're comparing their issues, and he says to her, "You have me beat." So apparently, there's something worse than extinction level.
Is it like not existing at all?
God level.
I don't know
This
because
Despacito level.
she clearly existed. She was there with him.
Dude, that's crazy.
That actually sounds pretty dope.
Yeah, and then there's like that beach when he wakes up on. This lady goes, "You don't even remember me, do you?" Oh yeah, I forgot. Earlier they also showed a picture, which seems to be like him with his wife or some female character they cherish.
And there's a kid with their face scratched out in the
Yeah.
picture.
And so when the trailer ends with him back on the beach, and the woman saying, "You don't even remember me, do you?" And he goes, "No, who are you?" And she turns around, and it's the woman in the photo. And then the trailer just ends, and we're all like, "What the hell just happened?"
This is OD.
But the thing that stood out the most to me is the trailer. At least seeing how he moves across the world, very much reminds me of Metal Gear Solid 5. It looked like he remade the engine, the Fox. What's it called? What's the Fox side? Foxtrot?
I think it's
Foxhound engine.
Foxhound. That's dope though. This sounds dope. Like in concept, and this sounds dope.
Oh,
I love this.
He also pulled a gun out, so
We have weapons.
I don't know what he's gonna shoot or how, because if something could just fast forward something, it could just decay the bullet.
It's a time bullet. I don't know.
The time.
Hold up, I think Kojima's a fan of JoJo.
Sawado.
The stand arrows.
So then afterwards, they showed Neo Devil Trigger mode. That's my joke for it, because it's a samurai. He's running from these demons. He gets impaled in the head twice with these fiery spikes. He gets on his knees, rip them out, and he just devil triggers. And then the trailer ends. It goes Neo 2.
That look dope.
Did you
I won't
say
lie.
Despanito too?
Despacito.
I hate you guys. I hate all of you. Why do I do this show?
I would like a burrito.
Anyway.
So then,
Neo 2 looks good.
yes. I mean, they didn't show any gameplay, but it seems like now there's going to be more of a connection with the demon powers. I need to get Neo. I didn't buy that.
I agree.
Same here.
Also, we need another Ninja Gaiden.
Agree.
It's going on Xbox, my friend.
Hold on, I'm
We
checking.
need another.
Sorry, I had to say it.
So
Why do you hold us this way?
So Reggie Philemon tweeted, "Let's just say that Knack fans are in for a real treat tomorrow.
Knack 3,
3,
baby!
Knack and Smash Brothers."
Look at that Knack 3!
And so then the E3 presentation ended with, of course, Spider-Man.
It looks good. It looks good. Like this, that's all I can say.
He killed a guy.
He killed the
he,
guy.
he definitely killed the guy.
Spider-Man ain't folding.
He threw a generator.
That guy folded.
He slammed a generator on one of the prisoners. That guy's dead.
You can't tell me he's not dead.
He ain't playing these games with y'all.
Oh no, he's just mildly wounded, just a little bit.
Oh, it's just not
He
dead.
could walk it off.
You have him confused with the villains from the Batman games. Batman is
Nah, man,
dead.
this ain't Batman. You dying out here, dog. It's over.
Dead.
I don't really have much to say else about Spider-Man except it just looks like Spider-Man.
It's just,
Me.
it's so
I'm
good.
glad they brought back an
Oscar.
old villain. I'm
Oh.
glad they brought back Mr. Negative. because I honestly thought a lot of people forgot about him.
Who is Mr. Negative?
He's basically a dude who I'm pretty sure has dissociative identity personality, and his villain side is a crime boss that lets him. He basically can make people negative, but in a completely like just basically he can flip people's personalities, and he can control something like called dark light, and whatever the other version of dark light would be.
He hits you with photo negative.
Basically, like when he actually fought Spider-Man one time, he made him from who he usually is to a sadistic, like killer villain. And it was actually really crazy, and I'm glad they brought Mr. Negative back because he was super cool.
And
he actually was the one who cured Eddie Brock of his cancer and turned him into Anti-Venom.
That's lit. That's actually
Sorry for
lit. I
nerding
didn't
out.
know that.
I was gonna say
that's good.
I was gonna ask you, do you know who that mystery villain is?
The mystery villain? No, I need to re-see it. Like I need to rewatch it and try to figure it out. I'm thinking maybe it's gonna be Norman Osborn. Like he's probably the biggest, the best.
But he's usually like Green Goblin.
Yeah,
Candidate.
but because he has like the money and the technology, he's probably the one that gave them that tech.
True.
Possibly.
Well, yeah, you did see like a light, it sounded like a helicopter or a jet flying by because they were looking.
So
up.
yeah, I'm thinking it's Norman Osborn because those guys were the Sinister Six, even though technically it was 5 people. They could have been holding the 6th person, who would.
Who would?
He would be Osborn.
I'm saying he would. Yeah, he'd be the Goblin. Like the Goblin, I'm pretty sure he's usually a member of the Sinister Six. Though they have changed some people, like instead of Doc Ock, who it could be Doc Ock, but
Yeah, it could be Doc Ock. I forgot.
yeah, it could be him. It could be a lot of people, but I honestly think it's Norman Osborn.
I could see it being Osborn.
All right, so the presentation ended, and then we went back to the outside stage. And can you believe it was still daytime out there?
No, not really.
Not really.
Time zones are crazy.
Yeah, and so they came out and went, all right, guys, we're going to show you more Spider-Man gameplay. And I was like, all right, time to turn it off. But first, here's this new trailer for a new game by From Software, VR. I was like, From Software? Huh? And then they show nothing. They didn't show anything that's... They don't... The presenters didn't even know how the game played. They were just like, this is a new game. And then I went, all right, I'm turning this off.
Was it Babylon Fall?
No, it's called... Oh, my God. It's spelled DERACIRE.
Sorry, but it was called Durantier.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's the
Pretty
sequel
sure
to
that's
Despacito.
It's French for Despacito. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you next time.
What's in it? So,
Durantier.
let's give our
See, it even
grades. Our grades for this presentation.
I'll go last.
I'll go last.
I'll go second to last.
C minus.
I'll give it a. D
No,
plus.
Actually, what, you said C plus?
D plus.
Yeah, I'm giving it a D plus. All right, which one of you two are gonna go next?
I'll go next. I'd give it a C, just because while it didn't give me a lot to work with, it still had a good showing of the stuff that it actually gave me. So I'd give it a C.
All right, so considering what we knew, because we were already told they're going to focus on these games we know nothing about, that if we still knew nothing about, people would still be upset with them. So they were damned if they did, damned if they didn't from the beginning. But they still sprinkled in some other games in there. The transitions weren't always the best. The little in between stuff at like some other place, that was whack. I'll agree to that. But the musical performances that led up to everything were good. The games that we saw, for the most part, were good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So honestly, I'd give this like a B minus or like a B.
See, the reason why I'm giving it a D is because of those technical issues. That's so. If there's one thing I'm going to expect from Sony, who clearly have the money to pull it off, they better not have any technical issues. They better not have. They better transition it really well. They better have their presentation on point. And if they're not only
But
messing up with that weird we're gonna have in this church thing and then transition it to a larger stage, or have that state, or when they were outside talking to the CEO and they didn't even tell us anything really worth listening to. I'm
but
going to.
this isn't about necessarily all of that. It's nice, but at the end of the day, the focus here is games we will see
No.
in the future, and that's what we got.
That's why I said presentation. I'm not talking about the games themselves. I'm talking about the overall package.
I mean, all right. So like, I don't know. Here's my thing, right? Nintendo had a year where they did a puppet show, and it was still fire.
Yeah, and that
So,
one
even with a
was fire. It was performed well. This one
So
wasn't.
with a few technical issues and like some bad performances, I don't feel like that should take away from the fact that we saw a bunch of really dope games,
Just like
which is the entire point of this.
when Chris and Ronald and I were talking about the PC game show, I was the only one to give it a B because I thought it was performed well.
I think for this one, it's just, how do I put this? It's better that we see the games, but it's hard to see the games when the presentation itself is not, put together well enough. Like, if there are issues, many people may just move away from the presentation because of the fact that they think, is it going to be like this the entire time?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like they
gotta
showed
agree
us
on this
Black
one.
Panther on the 12-inch TV screen.
Yeah, exactly. It was a great presentation, but a lot of technical issues ended up like taking away points.
Like,
Alright, that's
I'll
understandable.
admit, everything that you said about the presentation was spot on, James. It's just the delivery just fell apart for me.
I was exactly as Chris said, because if we're only focusing literally on the games themselves, they could just put out YouTube videos. This is partially a performance that they're giving us. That's why they invested in getting a guy to play the banjo and this other person to perform the iru, because they're also trying to create an experience.
Sure, that's a Sakaguchi flute, but
Thank you.
And it's a woodwind.
Yeah,
That's
why?
all
Wait,
I
hold
know.
on. Why didn't you correct me earlier?
I mean, you were on a roll, dog. I didn't want to stop you.
You have me saying the wrong instrument, but you get what I'm saying,
wait.
right? Right?
Did you say experience?
What?
Defeat.
Did you?
You're going for the. You guys are going for the Overwatch joke.
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear experience, I need to say that.
Right. Anyway, that was the show. I know. So, last thing I want to mention, considering how mostly leaks we've talked about over these weeks have came out to be true.
Tomorrow is about to be
Tomorrow's gonna be
OD.
so
Tomorrow
lit. I'm
is-
ready.
Guys, you better get your mops
Tomorrow
ready.
is gonna be crazy.
I can't wait to talk about this. We'll see you tomorrow.
Same.
We'll see y'all tomorrow.